Gators, Canes, Noles, and Bulls all victorious in the Florida college ranks on the gridiron. And the Miami Dolphins sweep the New York Jets in a very exciting football season, all here on Gameface, FLSportsFan.com, with our good friend, the sports addict, Gary Fineout. Gary, start wherever you like on the college side. Let's go with Christian Ponder carrying FSU all by himself to victory.
Carrying FSU all the way to victory. He's looked great the last few games. Even this week, getting hurt, banged in the ribs, still able to lead them to victory in that game. Now, this coming week, they've got Clemson. I'm a little bit concerned about how much even Ponder can do.
But the controversy about Bobby Bowden and his future kind of quelled. 4-4, they're at 500, a shot at a winning season. They're back on track.
Well, a shot at a winning season, and I guess they could even maybe think about getting to a bowl game. But are
they out of the ACC completely?
No, not technically. I mean, I just...
Realistically, you think no shot then?
Well, I just think it's going to be... If they beat Clemson this weekend, then yeah, they are in the hunt. They still got a shot. But I just... Going into Clemson and the way the defense has continued to kind of underperform makes me think it's going to be a really tough task this week.
All right, let's go down south with the University of Miami. Another thriller, and Ja'Cory Harris. This young man continues to impress with late-game heroics.
Yes, impressive at the very end. I mean, I think the first part of the game, he had some rough moments, and I just have to say, I mean, it looked early on, it looked like Miami was just going to get run out of the stadium.
But it's a measure of a real winner to pull the game out, even after mistakes, even after a woeful first half.
Yes. They came back. They played really solid. They won out in the end. I will have to say this. Miami, they need to do something to get that defense focused in the first half of these games. That's 2 weeks in a row now where the defense is just, the second half has really been suspect.
And South Florida back on the winning track, dropping a ranked team in West Virginia.
Yeah, I mean, B.J. Daniels continuing to be quite impressive. I mean, this, I think when he came in at the beginning of the season for, the injured quarterback, it was just like, well, how well is he going to perform? I think USF fans should be very happy with how he's playing.
And with Harris in Miami and B.J. in Tampa at USF, some exciting football to come in the next few years at those two schools.
Yeah, well, and Christian, I mean, because I think
he's got one more year of eligibility.
At least, yeah.
All right, let's go to your favorite topic, your favorite place, Gainesville.
Gators.
University of Florida, back on track, winning the way they're supposed to. They look pretty strong against a somewhat weakened Georgia team, but Tebow, 2 passes for touchdowns, 2 runs for touchdowns.
Well, this is the Tim Tebow that we expect to see on most weeks. I mean, he's running the ball, he's throwing the ball.
Where's your butt, Gary? Where's your butt? There's always a butt about Tebow.
No, my butt is I don't think he shouldn't be in the running for the Heisman.
Your butt is completely wrong again, all right? You just can't get on the right side of your butt, okay? All right, let's go to the pro ranks, though. The Miami Dolphins sweep the New York Jets, their hated, dreaded rival in the AFC East. How was that game?
Well, Ted Ginn, I guess the wake-up call worked. I mean, he comes into the game and the coaches say, no, you're not going to start a wide receiver because, frankly, you just have not been performing week in and week out. And he responds with those 2 runbacks for touchdowns and pretty much won the game for them. So I guess it's good that they're at least seeing some value out of their #1 draft pick, although it would be nice if he could actually catch the ball a lot.
Well, and he'll have a shot to do that again, but they're reassessing how to play him. But he made history, first football player in the NFL ever to run 2 kickoffs back for touchdowns in the same quarter. That's a big deal. How about sweeping the Jets 2 for 2 in 1 month's time? That's something for the Dolphins in a somewhat disappointing season.
Well, but I still think I still think that they had a pretty tough schedule at the beginning of the year. I mean, the Saints game, they could have won that. That one was close. The Colts game, they played the Colts. I mean, I think right now the Dolphins, they don't look like a team that's got a losing record. They look like a team that should have a much better record. And I still think they have a chance to be one of those teams that could slip into the playoffs.
Well, against the Patriots this coming Sunday, that's going to be a tough one. If they pull that one out, everyone in the league will be talking about him. But everyone in the league is still talking about Coach Sperano. How about this guy in his second year doing a great job?
Well, and how about the fact that right after the game, I don't know if you caught it, the little segment in the locker room where he basically said, we're not going to talk about how good we are. We're just going to show it on the field. And
let's go to the other locker room, Gary. I'm throwing the penalty flag at the entire New York Jets organization. Maybe not the owners, they weren't involved, but from the coach, Rex Ryan, all the way down to the last guy in his jock strap that was left on the field when the Dolphins beat him again. A classless organization cannot even say to the victor, good job.
Well, no, they just seem to think that they've done something wrong, and that's why they seem to be sort of not being able to accept the fact that the Dolphins have beat them twice now. And I think anybody would tell you it's really hard to beat a team twice in one season.
Yeah, but I'll also say this: the Dolphins may have only won 3 games so far this season, but 2 of them were against the Jets. So how excited could Jet fans be about their team? Gary, closing remarks about the Heisman race or anything else as we're in the second half, second half.
Well, what I would say is I think everyone thought that Tim Tebow had a chance to make history to tie Archie Griffin. I just don't think that's going to happen this year. I think there's too many other contenders out there. It's not to take anything away from the performances he's had, especially against Georgia. It's just he has not put together a Heisman season.
But with games left against teams where he could rack up big numbers, he's still very competitive in that Heisman race.
I think he's competitive because the team's undefeated.
And frankly, I think he would
team.
prefer a national championship to another Heisman if he had his druthers. All right, go to flsportsfan.com to read about the Sports Addict's blogs on your favorite topics. He'll make you mad, but you'll keep coming back for more. Hope all your favorite teams win. We'll see you next time on Gameface.